Hey everybody, it's your girl Breezy J.
And it's your girl Miss Leah, and welcome to the Wind Down.
Yes, we are so excited that y'all are back with us again
Yay!
for another episode. Now we want to make sure that y'all go ahead and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Wind Down Wednesdays. Be sure to check out our group, The Wind Down, on Facebook. Check out WTTSradio.com. Also on YouTube, WTTS Radio. And also check out the radio's Facebook and Instagram, WTTS Radio as well.
Exactly. So we're going to get into introducing the wine tonight.
Yes.
So tonight we are drinking Primo Amore Moscato, which is a sweet white. If you love sweet, you're going to
love this.
You're going to love this.
So go ahead and grab y'all bottle and y'all glass, and let's go ahead and get started tonight.
Absolutely. So tonight, the topic of discussion is
why men cheat.
Just get into it.
You know what I'm saying?
Cheating.
Why men cheat?
Why men cheat?
You know?
Right.
But we definitely have to throw that out there because we got a special guest tonight.
We do have a very special guest in the house.
Yes,
to help us break that conversation down.
Yes, exactly. We are excited because we can't give y'all the Bill's perspective, but he can. We're going to introduce y'all to the DMA, not the DMV. Get it right, DMA. Go ahead and introduce yourself and let the people know where they can hit you up at.
Yo, what's going on? It's the DMA. You can find me on soundcloud.com/GW the DMA. And I'm also on Instagram. My @name is Light Skin Thug. So,
I love it.
Gotta keep it gangster.
Hit him up, y'all. Hit him up. Yeah. That's hilarious. I know that's right. Well, thank you for being here with us tonight. We truly appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So you ready to wind down on this topic?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's get it then.
All right. So to start, I want to know what your genuine feelings are, or your general feelings are on cheating in a relationship, as coming from a man.
Right. In general, what's your feelings?
Well, I think that it's wrong. First of all, let me say that I think it's wrong, but I think that just being a man, it's sometimes things happen. It's a lot of temptation out there.
Yeah.
A lot of nice looking ladies. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's a bit hard. I mean, and I agree. It's definitely wrong, and I think that sometimes you kind of get caught up. Maybe maybe you get a little caught up, and sometimes you might be in the moment with the wrong person. Though you're in the mood,
right?
But you're in the mood with the wrong one. So I mean, okay. How you feel about that? What's your feelings?
I mean, my feelings on cheating. My feelings on cheating. It's definitely wrong. I feel like if you're in a relationship, you are in a relationship committed to one person for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, and there is temptation. You will be tempted, but try to stay focused on exactly. Try to stay focused. As hard as it is, like you decided to commit yourself to this person in one way or another.
Yeah.
So you should try your hardest.
Yes.
Temptation is all around us all the time.
In every aspect. Yeah, like I'm tempted to rob that bank, but I'm not. I'm just not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah,
right.
The Lord in me.
You ain't gonna set it off, huh?
Yeah, I'm not gonna set it off. Like the Lord in me. It's the God in me.
I know that's right.
So yeah, I definitely understand that. It's temptation all around, so that you can't feed into it at all times.
Right.
So definitely, I definitely agree with both of y'all. Now, have you ever cheated while you were in a relationship?
Dun, dun, dun.
Me?
Yes.
I
mean, you don't have to say if it's a yes. You don't have to be like, yeah, on Keisha last week. You don't have to be like that specific.
Nah, I'm a good guy.
That's what's up.
I haven't, done
Cheers to the good guy.
Done any cheating.
Cheers to you.
But I understand why guys do it. So
you talk to your friends, your fellas about it, and so of the people that do cheat. And do they, discuss like what I guess, like why basically,
Well, to be honest with you, it's one of them things. It's like it's tough being a man. It's tough being a man. And the reason I say that is because, first of all, men and women are totally different.
Mm-hmm.
The way you guys are wired and the way that we're wired is totally different.
I hear that a lot.
I've read several books that have basically said that we have more testosterone, and testosterone is what makes you horny as a man. That's why the man is usually the pursuer, is usually the person that's going after the woman, and women don't have as much as that. So right off the bat, it's sort of an unfair advantage. So,
well, right off the bat, y'all need some silk. Y'all need some soy milk. That carries estrogen. We need to bring that testosterone down just a little bit, because that's what it says. A lot of guys say, testosterone.
It's nature, though, baby. It's nature. That's the way God. I don't want to blame God, but that's the way God, made men.
And you know what? It might be the same. That's the way God made man. Or they'll say, they'll bring, I can't even take a sip. They'll bring animals into it and be like, well, the male lion has all the herd of females. And I'm like, ain't nobody know animals. Why do we have to? Okay, that's the way God made us.
From a good
but
guy.
He also made it to where man and woman, get married, have a child. So just because y'all have more testosterone doesn't necessarily mean y'all have to cheat.
Well, that's easy to say. That's easy to say from somebody that don't have testosterone.
Easy for me,
right? You don't have testosterone. Let me inject you with some testosterone.
Then
you'll be
and see how you
with all this estrogen.
See how you work out.
Okay, well, Miss Leah, have you ever cheated in a relationship?
I thought we were talking about the men. No, I'm just kidding.
I thought we were just
kidding.
in general.
I'm just kidding.
In general.
Yes.
Okay.
I have.
Okay.
Way back in the day. I have.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's the temptation. And I think it also is, sometimes when you are in a relationship and you aren't getting what you need out of that relationship, and you don't necessarily leave the relationship, and you've voiced that you aren't getting what it is that you need, but you kind of don't want to leave.
Right.
That's kind of when you allow that temptation to overcome you and all of that stuff.
Well, we're going to get more on that, because we got something for y'all coming up in a later episode.
And that's a whole nother
That's a whole nother subject. Yes. So we just need to know if you cheated or not. We ain't going to get it. I'm just playing.
You asked.
I know, I'm joking.
You asked.
I'm just joking.
So have you ever been cheated on?
No.
Oh.
Really?
No.
Not
great.
That you know of.
Right, not that I know of,
Well, that's good.
Good.
That's
good.
good.
Like if you're not out there doing that, I don't think that would necessarily come back on you,
Right.
So
that's
doing the right thing.
I think, my perspective of it, she was just talking about her cheating experience. I think that men and women cheat for different reasons.
That's the question.
Ding,
Yes.
ding, ding,
Yeah,
ding.
we got that question coming up for you.
Yeah.
But
Women to wait.
Yeah. So now look. I'm just playing.
Hold on to that.
No. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think for a woman, like she was kind of saying, I think women cheat more so from an emotional standpoint. The guy stops caring, he stops showing affection. The things that he did to get you, he stops doing.
No longer doing.
Because he already got you.
Hallelujah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then for a man, I feel like it's more so lust.
It's more of a physical thing.
Right, it's more of a physical thing, because the thing about it is that for men, we know how to distinguish love from sex, and I don't think women know how to do that as well. I think they think it's one and the same, not all the time, but a good majority of the time.
Right.
For us, we know like sex is just sex. It could just be sex. You know what I'm saying? No emotional attachment. It's just that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean, I think it has a lot to do with the whole temple situation. Like, you're not going to let anybody, as a man, you're not going to let somebody just come in your house, roam around, you don't know them, and just be comfortable that they're not going to steal your wallet or take something, valuable out of your house. Right. So that's kind of how it is. Like, you're roaming around in our house. You know what I mean? Like, right. And I think that's why we get the whole attachment situation going, or the whole, like you say, love, where you get it mixed up with love and just sex. You know what I mean? It's half the time it's not just sex. You know what I mean? Right. I think some women can cut that off. I think I definitely decipher that.
Some women can't distinguish between the two.
Right.
But like for
but
me,
when your feelings are in that, woo. Yeah. That's like hard. Whereas, like you say, a guy, you could feel for your woman. You could be in love with this lady, but you're cheating on her. You know what I'm saying?
And it's simply, but like he's saying, it's purely physical, because they can.
There you go.
Yeah, they can.
Well, can I respond to that?
Absolutely.
I feel like you might think this is crazy, but I think it's possible to love someone and still cheat on them. If you could believe that.
So?
See, and I've always wondered about that because I've heard like, I love you, like I truly love you, but I'm like, how? You're like blatantly breaking my heart because you are out here
doing your thing.
I don't know. I thought of an analogy, and this might sound crazy, but it's like if my grandmother makes sweet potato pies or whatnot, that's my granny or whatever. But if I go and get a Patti LaBelle pie, that don't mean I don't love my granny. I just wanted to try something different. You don't
love her,
right? I just wanted to try some Patti.
You know what? That's so ridiculous. I can't even respond to that. I don't even know how a comeback for that. Don't even get that to the men.
Shout out to Patti LaBelle.
Fellas, don't listen to that. Don't go telling your girl that analogy.
Don't get him that analogy.
I love your grandmama pie, baby, but what makes you think I can't go get one from Walmart?
Because there's more sweet potato pies out there.
No,
you're committed to my sweet potato pie. So you shouldn't be one.
Stay away from Patti.
Dibs on this.
Stay away from Patti.
Stay away from Patti.
Exactly. That's what pay the rent around here. Patti got money to pay the rent. I believe for you to invest in this pie.
That is too funny. Yeah. I get
the analogy, but
I don't even really want to accept it, but I understand.
Yeah. That's why I say I can't even get a comeback for that. I'm like, I can't even be like, but.
Well, yeah, I came prepared.
I see. You know what I'm saying? Dang, that is hilarious. Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
Moving on a little bit. Do you think that there are like more societal norms to cheating? Like, is it normal to cheat these days? Is it more acceptable to cheat these days?
Well, first of all, you got to understand it. In this generation, it's like
this generation.
Yeah, exactly. we have situationships. I think they call them. And
you know what? We talked about this, I think, in episode 1 or 2.
Hallelujah.
So go right ahead.
Yeah, we have situationships. So it's kind of like, is it really cheating? Are we together for real?
Okay.
I mean,
or are we in a situation?
A lot of stuff is not defined these days. It's just kind of like, we together, but we not together. Right.
You know, have relations, situation.
So it can be like, in one person's mind, I guess it's not clearly defined, but the woman being as emotional as she is, all of these things are happening and it's defined in her mind.
Exactly.
You getting it, you're my man. So, when he steps out and you find out that he's talking to Keisha and having sex with her and taking her, you're like, well, wait a minute.
What's going on? Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
That's
I'm getting
a very good point.
Look, I'm getting it.
Exactly. That's actually a really good point.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, situationships. Death to situationships.
Exactly.
Death
That's the thing.
Y'all want relationships?
No situation. Like clearly, let's be clear.
I agree. Let's
be clear.
Let's be clear and honest.
I mean, which
a situationship could be clear. We could both be clear that this is just the situation that we're in right now.
But I think that the situationship is it not being clear. I think like once you're clear, it's not a situationship.
Well,
it's a friends with benefits.
No, that's what it is. The situationship is a friends with benefits.
Okay.
It could be
that's
you know
the
what I mean?
title or the definition of
it could be in my thought. I would think that friends with benefits, both parties know that this is what it is.
Right.
We're friends with benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Situationships, it could be where one of them is like, yeah, I think he my man, girl, but I don't really know. We ain't really made it official. But he take me out. He bought me a Valentine's Day gift. A girl was like,
he took me to Red Lobster.
His Red Lobster is popping now.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's I guess it's just like in that type of situation. I think like in a situationship, one person is kind of like, oh no, the other person is just like, nah, it ain't. Yeah. This is just a situation that we in.
And I think that when that person is like, it's not clearly defined. It's clearly not defined. If one person is like, I think we together, and he like, no, we're not. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think clear and concise as to what it is. I think it hurts less feelings. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's less mess to be filtering through. When you are clear on what you are. Mm-hmm. But as time goes on, I think people might start to catch feelings, and then it gets
but then when you ask like something like, is it the norm? Then it makes me wonder like, okay, Could it be because when you hear about like celebrities out there giving hall passes to their husbands, their mates, you know what I'm saying? Like I blatantly know that this man or woman cheats on me, and I accept it. I'm okay with it. So that kind of normalizes it. You know what I'm saying? When you start seeing things, I think when kids or people in general, when you start seeing stuff on TV, like if you see things in movies and stuff like that, and then it happens in real life, you kind of like, oh yeah, you're not so like, oh my goodness, because you have something to reference it to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not as shocking. So you grow up seeing people do this type of thing. Well, you have a happy marriage if you just give your man a hall pass, or if you give your wife a hall pass, and it's just like, I don't think that's necessarily the way to go either.
I look at it like celebrities are on a whole nother level though.
They're in a different world.
Because Chris Rock said it best. He said, a man is only as faithful as his options. So what
does that mean?
So basically, if I got a lot of money and I'm the king, then I could. What I say goes.
I have options.
Right. You got 1,000,001 options.
I mean, let's just be real.
Just get bread and water.
Let's just be realistic. The more successful a man is, the more women want to be with him.
True.
So he could take his time picking who he wants to be with. If he want to be with 2 or 3 ladies, then and the women want to be with him bad enough, they kind of have to accept it on his terms until they get tired and fed up. So
I mean, that's true, because then you got to go through that whole being loyal, riding or dying, and I'm just like, shouldn't that go on both parts though? Like, shouldn't if I've been rocking with you, because I very well could have been rocking with you just because you have all this money, and if I know that in the end, if I'm still here 5 years later, all them other girls probably done trickled away, he's gonna wife me up. So you kind of have your own. I just don't see a woman being in love, but really being able to handle that. You know what I mean? Like multiple, just because he's buying me whatever. Then you might as well just be my sugar daddy. Like, why should I look at you as being a potential husband or something like that if I know that you have different people? I think it should go both ways. If you out there doing your thing, I should be able to do my thing. And if it so happens that God wants us to be together, we're gonna be together.
So let me ask you a question. Let me be the question answer for a second.
Yeah.
Do you disagree with Monique and Jada Pinkett Smith? I know they've come out and said that basically like they're open-minded in their marriage. Like Monique said that she doesn't own her husband, so whatever he does is whatever he does. And Jada kind of said something similar to that. Like as long as he's able to look himself in the mirror. I don't necessarily agree
with it, but I feel like this: if that's what works for them, cool. But what works for me is
not that.
If you're going to be cheating,
right,
we have to break up.
Right.
If it's something where I can't live without you or something like that, I'm gonna be cheating too. We're just gonna be some cheating relationship hopping people, because I just don't think that it's fair. I'm all about fairness. I say that all the time. Like, I'm all about fairness, and I just don't think so. With Monique and them, I think it's okay if they're okay with that. If them as women are okay with their man stepping out on them, and they at home being Susie homemaker, that's on them.
I don't agree with it.
Yeah,
I don't agree with
that's
it.
Up to them.
mean, that is them, but I mean, I totally don't. And I think that Jada Pinkett Smith has said something similar, but Monique, from my understanding, it's like so far gone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like
I got a man.
Right. I'm going. You know what I mean? Like, as long as like I have a piece of you or something, it's just.
And that to me degrades you to be like lesser of not just a woman but a person.
But my whole point, like, why? Like, that's your husband. Like, no, it's not okay. Like, this is your husband. Like, why make that commitment before God and all these people, that commitment? And I'm sure, I don't know what their vows were, but I'm sure at some point it was like forsaking all others, right? Mm-hmm. Like, why make that commitment if you only gonna turn around and do the opposite? You know what I mean? It's almost like, and then hopefully y'all didn't get married in the church.
Exactly.
This is how you are going.
Well, I mean, I don't care if you got married in the jailhouse. You got married before God. You know what I mean?
That's my point.
That's my point. You and your spouse went before God and took this vow.
Because that's what marriage is.
It could have been in this room with Miss Leah and Breezy J. You are still, in the eyes of God, you have went before that vow, and I think that you should take that and cherish that, like real life.
Exactly.
So yeah, I just think that in general that if that's what they're okay with, then that's just what it is. But you know,
each his own, I guess.
On that note, we have to go ahead and get into these commercial breaks. So we will be back with y'all with the DMA in just a minute.
Yes.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Wind Down. Be sure to follow our pages on Instagram and Facebook at Wind Down Wednesdays. Be sure to follow the station at WTTSradio.com and WTTS Radio on
YouTube.
Yes. Instagram and Facebook as well. Yeah.
And our group, right? The Wind Down.
I forget about the Wind. I'm so sorry. I forget about the Wind Down every week. I'm so sorry. In the DMA, you are a loyal part of that.
Yes.
So I apologize.
Of the Wind Down group. Yes.
We're going to get back into this conversation. Yes. Such a good conversation.
Good conversation. Nice and juicy. Getting some very good information.
Hey now. Hey. So, I mean, we touched on this a little bit already, but like our question right here in bold, all caps. Why do men cheat? Why? I mean, you referenced the patty pie, but does it go deeper?
Or could you go a little bit deeper into it if you could? What
scenario?
Right.
Why?
Could you put more information on that?
What? It's just.
Well, I think it just boils down to it's just in our nature. It's in our nature.
Okay.
I was reading somewhere where it was saying that women can only birth one child a year, every 9 months, but men could get like thousands of women pregnant. So it's just kind of like I think it's something that is it starts
in vitro. I can have 10 of them for you,
how much work you putting in.
I'm joking. Look, like get that in vitro. I can have 10 for you. You ain't gotta have 10 different baby mamas. I can have them. What's the DSuplets? What's the?
I never heard of those. I never heard of those before.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I get you though.
Yeah, because that's basically what I'm saying is that it just seems that with us men, we, like I said, we're programmed, we're hardwired differently than you guys are. Obviously, like I was saying, the testosterone thing. I know you said that a while ago, but that's really the basis of it. Because
damn testosterone.
It makes us horny. Summertime, badonkadonks looking right.
Oh my goodness.
Dresses with thongs and all that crap.
I mean, you can't think of your girl though. You can't be like, you
not
can
when
see
that fat ass.
No, what I'm saying, that fat ass can get you hard, okay? But then you go and release that shit through me.
Run home
exactly. Like you know what I'm saying.
But you know what though? It's
like going to the strip club. But
what it is, it's the appeal though. It's the appeal. It's the appeal of the newness. I don't know if you ladies know this or not, but with guys, when we are with someone new, we climax faster when it's like the first time. If it's
really?
Yes.
And why is that? Because it's new.
Because it's new. They did a scientific study about that. I saw on Twitter.
No two vaginas are made the same, Leah. You know.
Justifying it. I'm just kidding. I know.
It's new. It's the idea of something fresh and new. Okay. That's the appeal of it. So.
So aside from you like it physically being new, it's all in your mind that it's brand new and got you all excited and
right. I mean
the feel and everything.
Right. It's just like it's kind of like the concept of the grass is green on the other side. It may or may not be, but it's like you want to try. You want to see if you want to look over that
brings
fence.
on another question. You cheat, right?
Right.
On somebody that you love and that sex is good, but like you say, it's new. Testosterone to cook in, booty shorts on. So bam, I done cheated on you, and it's bad. Like, do you feel bad? Are you like, damn, I done wasted a cheat, like on this?
Wasted a whole pass.
Wasted a whole damn
pass you ain't even really had.
Yeah, his own pass. He signed that bitch himself. You know how many kids signed their own stuff, girl? He signed that old pass himself. So like. I wonder in that situation, now that got me thinking, would you feel bad then? Or do you feel bad because it wasn't good?
Or do you ever feel bad about cheating?
Right. Yes. Do you ever feel bad about cheating?
It depends on the guy. It depends on the guy. Some guys don't have any conscience. You know, it's just kind of like it's as easy as you know, playing basketball or something. It's just a normal thing that they go through. So it really depends on the guy. Me myself, yeah, I would feel bad cheating, but I'm honest with myself. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if I'm not ready to really settle down and be with just one, then I'm not gonna go out there, you know, doing that kind of stuff. You know, you just got to be honest with yourself.
It's all about being honest with
exactly.
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but I think too that you could be honest with yourself and cheat too. The fact, hey, I'm a cheater. You know, at least I'm being honest with
yourself in that sense.
Yeah,
right?
like I mean, so you know, I guess
I want to keep her alive. Exactly. But I'm a cheat.
But you know, dog, I can't help it. It's the testosterone in me. So I mean, I don't like. Yeah, I get it, but then I don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I guess it's the whole.
What do you still talk to me about it? What are you in the dark?
I don't get. I guess because I'm a female, and I know that in my mind that if I'm with somebody, I'm with that person, and if there's any temptation of wanting to be with somebody else, I'm strong enough to be able to block that out and not act on that temptation. I can, you know, think about that person all day, but I'm not necessarily acting on doing anything with them and then get them out of my mind. You know what I'm saying? But like, it seems like with a guy, it's like, oh, I can't help it. You know, you know, and I just don't understand the control as like how, the self-control.
Well, you know, I heard a record one time. I think it was by Little Brother. The guy said, a woman's life is love, but a man's love is life. So I feel like since you guys come out the womb, you guys are concentrated on, or you want to believe in love. You want to be love, commitment, loyalty, all those types of things. But a man is like, he wants to explore. You know, he wants to hit as many as he can. I hate to say it like that, but you know, I just don't know too many guys that are really rushing to get down that aisle to be with that one, you know.
So, okay, then kind of going into the next question as far as if it differs between men and the definition of cheating differs between men and women, because when you said that, it made me kind of think of like, if the roles were reversed, you know what I'm saying? So I think it is definitely a difference in cheating when it comes to men and women. But I want to hear your perspective.
I do, and I'm glad you touched on that, because I feel like if a woman is cheating, I feel like she's doing it out of spite.
Okay.
If a man is cheating, then it's more natural, because women don't think like men. You know, like I said, you guys are mainly, you know, you want to be loved, you want to be romanced, all those good things. And if you was to cheat on a man, I feel like you don't have, the only way you would do it is if he slipped up on his job and you was seeking that emotional, you know what I mean? That romantic feeling
from somebody else.
Right, right. And I just feel like if a woman does it, it's more out of spite. That's just my opinion. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, we'll touch on. You're gonna definitely have to watch in 2 weeks. And
then you're gonna have to get our feelings.
You're gonna have to
I'm gonna be tuned in.
Yes, definitely, because then you could definitely get that perspective.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that because it kind of, when you said that, it had brought me to another question, but it lost me that quick, just that quick.
Did it?
But it'll come back. I know it will.
Okay.
Now we touched on this a little bit earlier, and we decided not to wait about it, but you know, when a man cheats, you know, like I said, is it more, well, we clearly talked about it, is it more emotional or physical? Or do you ever think that men cheat emotionally?
Yeah.
Right.
Some guys, maybe. Some guys, they might have to go home to a nagging wife or somebody that doesn't appreciate them, or, you know, bigs them up, like, honey, you can do it, you know. So sometimes it could be emotional, you know. And then my thing would be, what exactly is cheating? Is it strictly just sex?
And that's what the question was.
The definition to you as a man. Yes. I'm glad you said that, because I do want to go back. I remember what I wanted to say, but I want to go back on that. Yeah, like, so as a man, so that we as women know. I think we both heard from men in our lives what cheating is, but let you know, everybody in one setting know from a man's perspective, what is the definition of cheating? Is it kissing? Is it going all the way? Is it
just talking? Conversation? Outside of your relationship?
Right. I definitely don't think talking is cheating, but if you know, tonguing my girl down, that's cheating.
So a kiss is even cheating,
right? I would think so. I mean, it's in a moment, but it's still, you're cheating on your spouse or whatnot.
Is it levels?
So what about
it is levels?
Okay.
So you said you don't think talking. So what about if it's like this constant dialogue between two people? You know what I mean? Like you're in a relationship. I wish I could. It's sexual conversation.
If I ever get you,
it's all of that.
It's gonna be.
But I'm just saying, like,
no, I'm saying if I ever get you, right, I'm gonna put it on you real good. You know what I'm saying?
Who is saying that? The man or the woman?
The man to the woman.
But or it's like a man that's in a relationship and is having this conversation with.
Because asking a man, how would you feel if your lady is talking to? See, it's all good for him to call up a lady probably and be like, yeah, it's just talk. But what if your lady is on the phone with a man and he's saying that to her? Is it all talk then? Or do you catch feelings because that's your lady getting wooed by this other guy?
So I'm just saying, if you're if you're a man in a relationship, right, or like you said, reverse it. If y'all are, if the conversation is like the types of conversations that you would have with your mate, would you consider that's talking? They haven't acted on it, they haven't kissed, they haven't touched, right? But they're having those bad types of conversations. And
she confided in him about that bad day rather than
her work husband.
Her work, exactly, exactly. But it could be a little bit more in depth, like we said, just a sexual conversation
or whatever. Yeah. Like, is it cheating then? Because that should be something that you share with your partner.
I don't think it's cheating, but it's definitely playing with fire.
Okay.
You definitely, that's a slippery slope when you start talking about that. Yeah. But I feel like with a woman, like I said, it's more y'all act more on emotions. So if a woman is doing it, I feel like she has real intentions of probably, cheating or possibly leaving her husband or boyfriend. With a dude, it's like your work husband, so to speak. He gonna tell you, you had a bad day, boo. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk right. He wanna hear all of it.
He gonna be your best friend. He gonna be your best friend.
Because he gonna hope that open ear leads to open legs.
Yeah. Right, exactly. He's trying to get in them panty drawers.
Yeah, them panty drawers, whichever kind you wear, ladies. Panties or drawers. He trying to get in them. I know that's right. That's hilarious. Now, I want to kind of go back onto like the whole levels. Like as far as, you said, yes, there are levels to cheating.
Right.
So I guess what in your perspective, what is levels to this ish. So what are the levels, like, okay, kissing or talking sexually, then kissing, then having sex, or just the levels of cheating and breaking up with somebody? Do they have to sexually cheat on you in order for you to break up with them, or could it just be a tongue kiss?
Well, I would say that there's definitely levels, but I wouldn't break up because of a kiss or anything like that. I think once you start doing the nasty, then that's a whole nother level.
There are kitties out there.
That's a whole nother.
There be no kitties.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's a whole nother level. But I don't know. I just feel with it just goes back to honesty. You know what I mean? It just goes back to honesty. If you want to be in a relationship, then you got to try your best to
keep it on a straight and narrow.
Right.
Yes.
It's tough though. It's tough being a man out here in these streets.
Well, you know what? somebody that has not cheated on someone before.
Right.
I want to ask kind of like the polar opposite of what we're talking about. Why men don't cheat? Because then I think that would also then help us ladies out to go home and be like, okay, well, the DMA said that it's men out there that don't cheat because, XYZ.
Well, from my perspective, like, first of all, with me, when it comes to courting women or whatnot,
he courts ladies.
I thought the Amish did that.
That was it. No. Now you go back to it.
I know, I'm joking,
but nobody courts. Like,
that's what I say. I thought the Amish did that.
No, I don't mean like period. I'm saying nobody courts anymore. Is what I'm saying.
Right. That's why I said I thought only the Amish do that now.
Right.
Yes, like that in life, but now, like, that's the only one still doing it.
Right. Yes. So when it comes to me, I'm very specific about what I want in a woman. So I try to just pick somebody that it would really be hard to cheat on. I would have to. You know what I mean? Somebody that personality is banging. they look
somebody
good.
worth being faithful to.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I don't think anybody goes into a relationship like, yeah, I'm gonna cheat on her.
Yeah.
I mean, you
got all the qualities. Yeah,
you know, I can cheat on her.
You know.
Yeah. Okay.
But I also want to touch on something else though, and see what's your opinion of it. I noticed that with the good guys, so to speak, I noticed that a lot of women, women aren't attracted to guys to guys that make everything easy. I know women like a challenge. So do you think some women like guys who are known to cheat?
Immature.
See if they can,
I think it comes with maturity.
But I also think that if, a lot of girls, women, whatever, like a little edge or are used to dealing with so much stuff. So when somebody approaches you and it's
super nice,
it's almost too good to be true.
Right.
It's almost too good to be true. And it's like, well, shoot, I don't really know how to deal with this. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's almost like, you would rather deal with the opposite.
But
knowing that's not what you want.
That women talk about that type of situation and how it's like, with a when I'm sitting with my female friends and we're discussing the whole cheating aspect or whatever the case may be, we normally talk about how it could be. I lost my train of thought again. Hold on one second.
But no, I sometimes think that while you get it together, did you get it?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You said I didn't want to swallow it. No, go ahead.
But yeah, I definitely think it's a situation sometimes where it's too good to be true, or like it's right there in front of their face, but you don't really realize it. It's
like you talk so about crazy. Yeah, you talk about that. I did come back to it, but I wanted you to finish because I don't want to jump back in. But like when you're talking to your female friends, you do talk about the fact that you want a good guy. Like, you might say, girl, just a few years ago, I was in that relationship with the XYZ, he had an edge on him, and girl, yes, he put me through some things, but I'm ready for somebody that is going to treat me nice, or it might not even be I'm ready for. I would rather be with somebody that treats me nice than somebody that's fine and this, material things. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think that's why I say I think it comes with maturity. I know growing up, I was more into looks, what a guy looked like. But then when I got a certain age, I realized that, you know what I mean? Right. Your looks aren't necessarily always going to get us to where we need to be in life. You know what I'm saying? Right. So how you treat me and how we are in a relationship is what's really important. So I think it also, just like I say, just maturity and the fact that you just kind of too good to be true. Sometimes you don't notice it. Yeah. So those are I think the main three things. So we do want a good guy. I think that it's just sometimes hard
I haven't dealt with some really, really bad guys. Now, I'm like, damn. Where is that good guy? You know what I mean? Like, where's that good guy at? I've met a good guy in life, but at that point, that's not what my my focus was.
She wasn't ready.
Yeah. It wasn't mature enough.
That's usually how it is.
And now I'm the good girl.
Right.
But you know what? It goes like that with guys too. Guys cheat. They're not ready. I'm not ready to settle down. You know what I'm saying? And then you get that one who you probably could be, but I'm just not ready, dog. I'm not going to go there with her. And then when you are ready, it's like, oh, she done moved on or she just don't want me anymore. And so I think it goes both ways. Like we both kind of let things get in our way, in our vision, and where we can't see straight and be able to know what's good for us, men and women.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all something. Do you think women being a little bit, if they were a little bit more open-minded, like willing to give it up, a little bit easier, do you think that we would have all of this lying and cheating going on? Because this is my perspective. A lot of guys say, yeah, I'm gonna treat you right, blah blah blah, but they just telling you anything
to get it,
to get in them panty drawers. And I'm just saying, if women were more open-minded, do you think it would be less of a need for the guy to cheat? I mean, I'm not trying to say you should be a HOE or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying if you
lower your standards a little bit.
Right, if you was just a little bit more open-minded, I might give them some, just a little bit more open-mindedness. Do you think that would change the cheating rates?
I think I kind of want to go back to the whole nagging situation. I don't think that in particular would, because you don't, whether I have sex with you or not, you don't know what I'm thinking. You don't know what my intentions are.
Right.
So going into it, you don't know if I'm gonna make you wait 90 days or whatever the rule is, or if I'm gonna make you wait 3 weeks. Exactly. Or if I'm gonna make, one thing you know is that we're not having sex tonight.
Right.
But you don't know if next week, take me on 3 dates, maybe then, or it could be the whole 3-month situation. Right. So I think that it has something, it could be that, but I think it, well, my answer would be no. I guess I would just say no.
Because I kind of feel like it's just it's like a cause and effect. It's a back and forth. It's like the woman is like, no, I'm not looking for friends with benefits. So the guy's like, well, okay, well, let me give you a relationship. But he really don't want a relationship. He just want to tap that. That's what I'm saying.
Then yes. Then I changed my answer. Yes. Because we talked about that on the break. Like, if you're clear about this, you know what I mean? If we're clear on things, then yes, I think things would be, when I was saying the whole nagging situation, I think that if we as women could I think some of us do have to learn to be there for our men. You know what I mean? Like, rather than always expecting them to be on 100 all the time, you do got to kind of understand that they're going to have bad days, and you got to kind of lift them up and say, it's going to be okay. Because, I think, men are looked at as being strong people. It's like, oh, you don't need to be coddled or told that, you're doing the damn thing. Me having sex with you lets you know that you're doing it. You know what I mean? But I think sometimes they do have to hear it.
So my answer to that question would be no.
Okay.
And I say no simply because, and to touch on a personal situation, like, I am very open-minded, but has still been even being open-minded pretty early on, was still cheated on. And I think it goes back to the newness. Like, all right, I was open-minded and you got it.
Right.
But, and then we would do whatever we do. So you got it. I'm conquered. But so there's still something new. So exactly.
Right. It's like a lose-lose. Damned if you do, damned
right.
if you don't.
Exactly.
Yep.
Right.
Now, let's go ahead and take another break real quick. We are having a juicy conversation, y'all. So we are having a good time. Y'all be sure to check us out when we come back.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Wind Down. We are going to continue to jump right back in the conversation. We ain't plugging no stations.
Yes, or nothing.
Doing none of that.
We're jumping right back in. Now, I kind of want to go ahead and get into the wind down for tonight.
Okay.
I want to touch bases on this whole Chris Brown and Karrueche situation. I guess that, like a little background, he cheated on her. Obviously, he has a child. Come to find out, he had a child while they were in a relationship. Right. I don't get that. And so they break up and go their separate ways. And I guess she's in a relationship with somebody or dating somebody else. And now all of a sudden, he got the remix to Back to Sleep and
wants her back.
He wants her back.
Crying for her back.
So I just don't understand. Okay, we talk about all this testosterone you got built up in you to have sex with these people. Have enough to walk away when I leave your ass there. Okay? Don't come crying back. What's up with that? What's up with that?
Do all of that, what's up with that?
Yeah.
Well, it's just like a baby. If a baby is playing with a toy and it puts it down, and then another baby picks up the toy, the baby's gonna want the toy back. I look at it like that. You sometimes you don't really appreciate something until it's gone. Until you don't have it anymore. It's the appeal.
How many times did they break up though? This isn't the first time that they've broken up.
This isn't the first time they've broken up, but I think that this is because he's had that damn child. Like, this for her was like, that was where the straw broke the camel's back. Like, it's no coming back from that. You had a baby on me. You know what I mean? So
only thing I could say, no disrespect, but Chris is on a different level in terms of his mentality. I don't agree with a lot of the things that he's done, so I can't really begin to defend him in that sense. Because I don't agree with some of the things that he's done.
Okay.
But only thing I could say is that with him being a superstar, he's got thousands, if not millions, of women, sliding in his DMs.
There you go.
Sliding anywhere they can get in.
On the regular. So I just don't think women understand how hard it is to be like on that straight and narrow path. I just don't think.
Especially with all those options.
I think it takes a strong man to be on that straight and narrow path.
It's more than strength, though. I think.
Mental. I think it's not necessarily physical strength. You walk that bitch across the threshold type strength. Mentally, I think you have to be mentally strong in order to be like, I'm not gonna do that tonight.
I'm Chris Brown. I'm the biggest R&B star in the world. I just don't think, because I mean when you think about it, it's like this is one point in his life that he'll like 50 years from now he'll never be as big as he was. He's living his life, experiencing things. I think the mistake that he made was he got in a relationship while he, like right now at this point, because if it was me, I would just go out, have fun. I wouldn't get in a relationship. To me, that's stupid to bun up when you can have thousands of women. I would just go ahead and have my buffet, and then when I turn 45, then
go to the entree. Then go that main course.
See, but I think that he came across, he probably had his buffet and then encountered this one and was like, "Oh, I really like her. Let me snatch her up. This is why I'm gonna bun up."
You talking about Karuchi?
Yes. So I really like her. Like, I'm gonna snatch her up. But at the same time, still wanting to do all that he wants to do.
But I think it's guys out there like Snoop Dogg and his wife are still together. You think he was faithful throughout that whole entire relationship?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. So I think it also has something to do with the way, like the disrespectfulness of it. Like the fact that he cheated on her like that. I think what it was is that I think it depends on the dynamic of their relationship. Maybe the way Snoop Dogg treated his wife he did not only blatantly, but you're above them bitches. Like some women are just like that.
At the end of the day,
you making that face because you're not that type of female. But there are women out there that's like, he comes home to me.
Exactly.
He takes care of me. You know what I'm saying? So I was just saying because it happens. You know what I mean?
That mentality. I like that mentality that at the end of the day, he's taking care of home or he's coming home to me. I think, just my opinion, but I think that's the way to go for women, especially with celebrities, because I think it's impossible for a guy that's famous to be monogamous. I just think it's
that's why I think that that's where I meant the whole disrespect thing. Like he respects his wife way more than Chris Brown would ever respect Karuchi, and I think that goes a long way. I think a lot of people go through something. I think a woman who's been married to a guy for 45 years and who doesn't think that her husband ever cheated on her, he probably did, but he just didn't put it out. He didn't. You know what I mean? He didn't just disrespect her.
It's the way that he did it.
And not to say, and I'm not saying that I'm okay with that. I'm not an advocate for cheating at all, but I do kind of see like, I can see how that could work. How I could stay with that type of dude rather than somebody that's just like, bitch, I had a baby on you and something. Like what? Like, oh hell no, dude. I mean, we got an understanding. So, I think that's, a thing about it too, but
that's just true. I mean, I never thought about it that way. So that's
we're learning.
Yeah. We're learning. But with that said, we're gonna go ahead and get it to my girl, Miss Leah's last word.
Real quick. Yes. We gotta end the show. So I don't even know who this is from.
Unknown
source. It says most people cheat because they're paying more attention to what they're missing rather than what they have.
Yes.
That's deep.
Yes, exactly. So pay attention, y'all. Pay attention.
And pay attention to what you got.
Yes, exactly. Yes, and then on that note, we're going to end our show for tonight. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Thank you, the DMA, for joining us.
My pleasure.
The good guy.
Exactly. We will see y'all in 2 weeks. So be sure to be there in 2 weeks at 8 p.m. on WTTSradio.com.
Catch you then.